Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is one literally nobody asked for, but I thought with the news of BH Cosmetics filing Chapter 11 that I would do a quick video and talk about the products I have and the things that I love and maybe help you decide whether or not you need to get anything just in case they do end up having to close their doors permanently. As of right now, they're just trying to recoup some losses and get their shiz together. I sincerely hope that they are successful because if you're not new here, you know I like BH Cosmetics. And if you are new, I really like BH Cosmetics. Let's just dive into my thoughts on the things I still have in my collection from BH Cosmetics. So these three brushes I originally purchased years ago, like, man, maybe 6 or 7 years ago. And through all of the declutters and all the crazy, I have kept these three brushes in my collection. I also picked up the Christmas or holiday brush collection that they released. I love all of these brushes. I reach for the face brushes all of the time. This flat brush, I love it. In fact, it's dirty because I used it yesterday. It's really good. Yeah, it's just a flat shadow brush, but it's nice and big so I can do more space on my eyelid because most of mine are pretty tiny, which is great for doing, smaller areas, but I just really love these brushes. I'm not saying they're high-end quality necessarily, but they are very good for the price. Over the years, I have ordered a ton of stuff from BH and have decluttered. I've been over this before. I start feeling crazy when my collection gets too big and I need to share. I want to say like maybe 4-ish years ago, they released these liquid eyeshadows. They call them the Eyelights. I had every single shade and the silver is still here and still looks really good, still works really well. So, I mean, even this stuff was good quality. Okay, so let's talk about eyeshadow palettes. I have 18 in my collection, which is kind of a lot, but they're worth it. So let's just talk about the Lit List palette. If you're not new here, you know how much I love this palette. I'll hold it up and show you. I think this is a fantastic palette for so many looks. The quality is excellent. The shadow range is excellent. I love this. The only one I don't love is that red glitter, and this red over here isn't as red as I was hoping it would be. But everything else in that palette is just amazing. And my other top most favorite that is still available and that I would recommend if you could only get one, and it wasn't the Lit List palette because you don't do big palettes or it's too much, I would recommend the Passion in Paris palette. This is amazing. It's what's on my eyes today. Every single shade in here is phenomenal. Goes on beautifully, just gorgeous. They build really well. These claims are true of almost all of these palettes, so this is going to get repetitive, but Passion in Paris palette is part of their travel series, and I have a second one that is part of that as well. That's the Lost in Los Angeles. I've used this only a couple of times because I got it in the summer, and then we came into fall and winter, and this is very much a pastel palette. But these shades, these shadows are pigmented and beautiful. If you're looking for a pastel palette, I cannot recommend this enough. It's so good. I do have a pastel palette by Nomad I haven't had a chance to play with yet. I'm hoping it's as good as this because this palette is amazing. The oldest BH Cosmetics eyeshadow palette I have is actually quite old, and ironically, my Throwback Thursday video coming up this coming Thursday is using this palette, and I recorded it last week before BH announced their filing Chapter 11. So that was crazy. Anyway, it's the BH Cosmetics and Shan XO, the Remix palette. The original one of these had eyeshadows on one side and lipsticks on the other. And there it's two-sided. And so this side right here was in the original palette. And this side is part of the remix. So if you're interested in this, it's actually still available on, I found it on Amazon and a few other places. Details about that palette coming Thursday if you're interested. They also have a Weekend Vibes collection, and out of that collection, I have the Blueberry Muffin palette. This was the first one I ordered from the Weekend and Travel series, and it's beautiful. I absolutely love this. It is similar-ish to the Passion in Paris palette, but they are not the same. See if I can hold them up and show you. So that's both of those palettes. They are similar. I would say that the Passion in Paris palette is like the sophisticated, maybe a little sexier older sister to the Blueberry Muffin palette. So you can't go wrong with both of them in your collection because they are different. The other palette I have from the Weekend Vibes collection is the Avocado Toast palette. That's what the outside looks like. The inside, again, great palette. I've used it a few times. It is beautiful. I love the greens. It's got some neutrals. I mean, you can just play with all of these palettes. Next up, we'll talk about the Sweet Shop collection. I only have 4. I wasn't able to get them all because I was slow getting on that train. And they're not available anymore from BH anyway. But first we have the Cotton Candy palette. And I have not played with this yet, but I cannot wait. I've seen many reviews about the Sweet Shop palettes, and they've all been very good. And I have the Pistachio Palette. Oh, those greens look so pretty. And I love the shade range in these palettes. You've got, you know, light and deep, and you can just really make any look you want if it's monochromatic, or of course pairing it with other palettes. But the shimmery metallic shades in these palettes are amazing. Yeah, so that was the Bubblegum palette. I'm yammering and forgetting to say the right things. And then we have the orange Zorbe palette, which I have used, and it's amazing. If you like orange eyeshadows, this one's great. I have the Say It collection. I originally purchased this one, which is the Do Not Disturb. This palette is amazing. Again, like the rest of them, absolutely nothing wrong with any of the shadows. I love this. I loved it so much that I bought all of the palettes in the collection. I don't love the names of these. Not really sure what BH was going for naming these palettes, but they're not kid friendly by any means. So that was Do Not Disturb. This one is Optimistic AF. I love the color story. The shades they chose to put together, I think, are just so good. Haven't used this one yet, but I'm super excited for when I do. And then we have Low Key Love You, which I also have not used yet, but I'm looking forward to. Then we have Looking Like a Snack. And this one I have played with quite a bit. And this gray silver shade and this white shade down here I used in my New Year's Eve look. This palette, amazing. And then we have this one, which is called F Off. So not great, but I couldn't not with that color story. It is just deep and gorgeous. this metallic blue right there. Oh, that looks incredible. And I just want to smear it all over my eye. And the green, all of them. Oh my gosh, they look so good. And then we have the last one in the Say It collection, and it is called Let That Shiz Go. But, you know, not shiz. And this is very similar to the Avocado Toast palette, but different. So if you have the Avocado Toast and you were like, nah, I don't really think I need that palette, but you still kind of maybe want it, they are different. So, and just look at those shades. They are stunning. Oh. So obviously, huge fan of all of these palettes. Even the ones I haven't used yet, I know are going to be excellent quality. I like to watch reviews of eyeshadow palettes before I invest my money. Even when they're on super sale, it's still money, and you know, you want to spend wisely. So after seeing the reviews, I just couldn't not get them. And I have 2 more left, number 17 and 18. I got the So Spoiled palette, which was the mini one from the Christmas collection. The quality is excellent. The pan sizes are teeny tiny, so super stinking cute. Again, you've got a couple of dark shades in there to deepen up a look. You've got the light shades. The metallic-y shimmer shades are the excellent BH quality. So yeah, even that one's good. Now the Turquoise palette is the last one, and this was part of their Birthstone series. This isn't a particularly versatile palette. You're not going to get that many looks with it, but the quality was very, very nice. So yeah, definitely worth the money. I will link to Angelica Nyquist below. She has been raving about BH for years, and she knows a lot. She has a lot of information. She's done a lot of reviews and try-ons and all the things. So I'm gonna link her channel below if you wanna go check it out and see what her thoughts are, because she is way more articulate and knowledgeable than I am. I will, of course, also link BH Cosmetics below, and anywhere you can find the different palettes that I mentioned, if they're still available. I think that wraps up the video. I am hoping that BH can get it together and continue making the excellent quality eyeshadows that they've been known for. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, now's a great time to do that. I upload 4 videos a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good, and remember to be kind to you.